Hi, everyone. We are back for episode 4. If you have been here the whole time, welcome back to Building You. And if you are new here, hello, my name is Aza. This is the Building You podcast where we talk about all the things that will help you build you. It's episode 4. Today, I am visiting you from my cozy little sick lair on the couch. I am not feeling good today. I called off all my clients today, unfortunately, because I need to be at home today. I woke up this morning at 3:30 after tossing and turning all night. I would still consider 3:30 in the morning as being part of the night, but either way, I was not sleeping good. I woke up with like cold chills, nauseous, really, really shaky. And I waited until about 5 o'clock rolled around, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it through a whole work day today. So I called it, but the show must go on. So we are here for episode 4. If you are a new viewer, this is not how I normally present myself. However, I am not going to hide the fact that I feel like a trash can today because I'm so tired of people only posting their highlight reels on social media. If you're a casual social media users and you're posting like your highlights, that's one thing. But if you're an influencer and you have people following you and you are advocating a certain lifestyle, I think you need to be honest sometimes. And today, my honesty is that this is just my reality. I have everything that I need within an arm's reach of my couch, and I am wrapped up snug as a bug in a rug. I think that's what they say. I'm not gonna pretend that this is any different than it is right now. We're just gonna get through it, and if nothing else, I'm excited to talk to you guys today. Today's episode topic is very, very fun. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be eye-opening. This has been kind of circling my thought process for the last little while. I did a cartwheel at work a couple weeks ago because someone challenged me to do a cartwheel, and I did it. It was a kind of a sloppy cartwheel. As someone who used to do gymnastics, I know that that was not the best cartwheel I've ever done in my life. However, I did it, and the rush of dopamine that I felt after doing this cartwheel was so insane. And I immediately thought to myself, when was the last time that I did a cartwheel just for fun? When was the last time that I just dropped to the ground and did a cartwheel? And yeah, that kind of just sparked this whole idea of like, when did we just stop trying new things and doing fun things and just being? When did we stop just getting after it and cartwheeling? So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about trying new things and how it's okay to be scared, but you have to try new things in this week's episode of Building You. Intro. So I was supposed to record this episode on Sunday. I have a system where I record on Sundays, and then I have the whole week to work on this because I'm a busy gal. I need to give myself like a week's grace period to get everything I need to upload this podcast. However, we had our first ever run club on Sunday with my gym, PR Fitness, and I led the group. We did it easy 2K, light work. It was so much fun. We did walk run intervals. If you're listening to this and you know me in person or you are in the Lower Mainland, if you want to come join our run club, we are taking people from a beginner level all the way up to possibly running the Vancouver Sun Run in April, which is a 10K. So we're starting from scratch and we're working our way up. We had a couple people running with us that were seasoned runners, but for the most part, everyone was starting from scratch. And I think that it was such a great turnout. It was raining and it was so cold. So I was going to record this podcast in the car after because that was the time slot that I had for it. But my hands were so frozen. Like, you know, when your hands are so cold that like they feel like sausages and they don't really respond to your brain very well. So I ended up just taking that time to blast the heat in my car and drive home safe. So anyways, it's Tuesday. I now feel like garbage and I am recording this now. Either way, I wanted to record this on the same day as the run club because I thought that it really went hand in hand with this week's topic of just trying new things. I am a very beginner runner myself. I have never really been able to run long distance. And that's something that I'm really trying to conquer this year because I realized that it's not the cardio that's an issue for me. I could probably run for a lot longer than I let myself. It's the mental aspect. Long distance running has always been a struggle for me, I think, because there's nothing to chase and there's nothing to really keep my mind occupied while I'm doing it. And so normally about 10 minutes in, I'm actively hating my life and regretting all my decisions. So that is something that I really have just tried to conquer this year, not necessarily running to improve my cardio. I mean, that's been a benefit for sure, but just running to shut my brain off and just learn to be okay in uncomfortable situations for longer periods of time and just trust that this is what my body is meant to do and push through it. And it's been pretty liberating. I've had a couple like bad runs, but I'm still proud of myself for showing up. And I've had a couple really good runs where I leave and I'm like, okay, I've impressed myself. I have shocked myself. So I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to expand this newfound love and challenge to my community through the PR Fitness Run Club. And yeah, I really hope that I'll be able to do the 10K in April. I've never done a 10K in my life. I don't think I've ran more than 5 kilometers. And I think the last time that I ran a full 5K was at a Terry Fox run in high school. So yeah, it'll be a challenge, but that's what we're here to talk about today. Why not? Why not challenge ourselves? Why not try new things? I have some clients working on their dead hangs in the gym and they're like, man, this is so hard. And if you guys have ever done a dead hang in your adult life, you know that it's hard. And if you don't know what a dead hang is, it's where you literally just hang from a bar. Like, when you see those challenges at the county fairs and you have to hang for a certain amount of time and then you'll win something and you just have to rely on your grip strength. And normally around 20 to 30 seconds, it becomes unbearable for someone who is not actively trained it. And so my clients are like, oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. Like, I used to do monkey bars all the time, and monkey bars were so easy when I was a kid. And so when was the last time you did monkey bars? And they're always like, oh man, it's been probably decades. And again, why? When was the last time you just jumped off of something? When was the last time you just did something? Back to the beginning of this intro, when was the last time you just did a cartwheel? Can you do a cartwheel? Do you want to try doing a cartwheel? There's so many things that we just stop doing. Or there's so many things that we would have tried, but now we don't try. Why is that? I'm taking some information from LSN Global here, and I'll link them in the show notes. 75% of 18 to 34-year-olds are trying new things, and 54% of people over 45 are trying new things. When you think about it, 75% sounds like a high number, but that still means that 25% of people between the age of 18 to 34 are not trying new things. And trying new things can be something so extreme like skydiving. I don't know if I'll ever try skydiving. That's terrifying. But it could also be trying a new kind of tea, or taking a new route to work, or trying coconut milk in your coffee instead of dairy milk. It doesn't have to be that crazy when you really think about it. I'm trying something new right now. In my water bottle, I have this Bloom Super Belly gut building hydration powder. I keep seeing it in the grocery store, and I decided to give it a go. It's strawberry hibiscus, and it comes in these cute little packages. And yeah, since I was feeling a little icky today, I decided to give it a go. And it's been great. Tried something new. But when I look at these numbers, I feel sad. Especially when you see that only 54% of people over the age of 45 are trying new things and interacting with the world in a new way. And that's scary. That's kind of sad, because that's only like halfway through your life. There's so many more things out there to try. There's so many more experiences out there for you to have. And, I understand that it becomes harder once your life becomes more full, once you have kids or animals, or your parents are falling ill and you need to take care of them. I know that your time becomes full, but I think that we all need to make it a priority to try new things. And we're going to get into the reasons why. There's a lot of benefits of trying new things. I wanted to get into the more scientific side of it first, because I think it's really, really interesting. But I think it's important to remember that trying new things can help improve your cognitive skills and your cognitive brain function. I think that when we're younger, we don't necessarily put a lot of importance on our brain health, because unless it has been directly impacted by something, it's operating as it should be for the most part, right? Or it's not really causing us any hassle. But as we get older, our brain health naturally starts to decline, even without any diagnoses. It just happens. Our brain starts to function slower. We start to find it difficult to learn new things. We start to find it difficult to pay attention to things. We start to find it difficult to recall memory, and we lose words in the middle of conversations. There will come a day where you'll start noticing that your brain is slipping, or maybe the people around you will. And you might wish that you started to care about it a little bit more now. And we can have fun with it, right? Brain plasticity is the ability that your brain has to grow and adapt and change as you age. But the thing is that it only works properly if you train it. So that's what we're going to do. According to a publication from Harvard Medical, research has shown that regular physical exercise is one way to improve cognitive functions like memory recall, problem solving, concentration, and attention to detail. And it makes sense, right? If you decide to pick up a team sport or even an individual sport, you have to remember new things. You have to learn new things. Take boxing, for example. I have quite a few older clients that have taken up boxing in their later years, and it is crazy the difference between their first session with me and their more recent sessions with me, how much quicker their brain processes. And this is something that they've picked up within the last couple months, and they're not young. They're not young. You don't have to be young to start caring about your brain health, about your physical health. And the difference is almost night and day. There's a lot of coordination that comes into physical activity. There's a lot of memory and problem solving that comes into physical activity. And so you can train your brain by simply picking up a new fun sport to do with your friends. You could go play tennis. You could take a dance class. You could try so many new things and have fun with it. They also stated in the article that training your brain doesn't necessarily need to come through a physical outlet. If you are already very active and you don't necessarily want to add a new physical activity to your routine, you could always take up something new like painting, writing, learning a new instrument. I personally love knitting and reading patterns. I find that really fun. And I know that makes me sound like I'm way older than I am, but that's okay. I'm 22. I like to knit. I'm owning it. I can make so many cute scarves and sweaters. But all that to say that there's so many new things that you can try, whether that's a physical activity or expressed through a new art form. Look at something and see if you can draw it. Try to learn a new instrument. Learn a new language. Why not? When I think about how I felt when I did that cartwheel and the instant rush of dopamine that I felt, it was almost like the inner child in me jumped out again. Because think about it, when we are kids, we are constantly trying new things. We're constantly learning new things. And up until a certain age, we don't really care if we fail. We just keep trying. We might get a little bit frustrated sometimes, but we just keep trying. We don't care about how silly we look. We just keep trying, and we have fun with it. I used to do so many cartwheels. I'm sorry, I keep coming back to the cartwheels because that's so much fun. I need to do more cartwheels. But I really wanted to shed light on the fact that when you try something new, don't you just feel good about yourself? Like a little, even if it's just a tiny bit, there's a little spark of like joy and accomplishment. Like, I tried it. And either I succeeded, I did it. Didn't think that I could do it. Or you tried it and you weren't that great at it, but you're still proud of yourself that you tried. I think that that's really valuable too. Just like that the dopamine rush that comes after trying something new. And even if you didn't necessarily succeed or nail it on the first try, that's actually a good thing because it means that you get to keep trying. It's boring when you're good at everything all the time. You're not supposed to be good at things the first time you try them. I think the most frustrating thing that I've ever tried to learn was pottery, because I would throw the clay down. I would throw the clay down on the wheel and it wouldn't be centered, and I wouldn't realize that it wasn't centered until I was almost finished whatever piece I was trying to make. And then by the time that I realized it was too late, then I'd have to completely restart over and over and over again. And that was so frustrating. But I kept trying. And do I still do pottery? No, I do not. But I remember how excited I was whenever it did work out. And I think that there's really something valuable in having to work towards things and having to build skills from scratch. I think that you don't stop learning when you become an adult. You don't have to just continue going through life with the skills that you've already learned. And when you go back to learn something new, just because you're not good at it doesn't mean that you can't become good at it. You have so much time. You just need to put in the effort and give yourself some grace. There's so many possibilities that come out of trying something new. Tried a new boxing gym when I lost my job years ago, and now I'm a full-time personal trainer and boxing coach, and I have a whole new circle of people surrounding me who I love dearly, and I would have never, ever, ever experienced this life if I didn't build up the courage to book a free trial class at the boxing gym near my house. And I'm so thankful that I did. And I'll tell you, when I showed up to that class, it was so terrifying because there wasn't a lot of people in the class. It was just a couple of us, and it was a boxing gym. And I know as a woman, it could sometimes feel really, really intimidating walking into a combat sport and walking into a gym filled with big, scary fighters. And I was scared. But I did it. And I'm so, so thankful that I did, because my life would not look anything like this at all if I didn't do that. Because that day that I showed up and took that free trial class literally changed it changed my life. It really did. It gave me a whole new career opportunity. It gave me people that I love and adore and care for so dearly. And there's not even really enough words. And I can go back through my life and think about all the things that I was terrified to try at first that ended up being amazing. I'm not going to get into all of them because this episode would be really, 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 really long. But I'm sure when you are sitting here thinking of this, you can reflect on something that you were so terrified to try, but you did anyways. And what did that give you? Did it give you something good? I hope so. But even if it didn't give you something good, did it give you a lesson? Because that's also a win. You either succeed or you learn, and both are a win to me. I think that one of the most incredible things that I've learned in the last year is that confidence is not a feeling, it's a skill. And you might be thinking, like, well, that doesn't make sense, because we always talk about how I do or do not feel confident. I feel confident, I don't feel confident. And I think that confidence can be a feeling to an extent. Like, some days you feel confident, some days you don't feel confident. But I think that for the most part, confidence is a skill. You can either choose to be confident in yourself, in your abilities, in your knowledge, in what you bring to the table, or you can choose not to be. And I think that it is always the better option to choose to be confident in yourself, because you are capable of so many more things than you know. And I think that picking up something new, trying something new, whether it's a sport, whether it's showing up to a new club, whether it's joining us on a run club, whether it's going to a pottery class or a painting class, and you are terrified that you're going to suck at it, or you're terrified that it's going to be a waste of money or a waste of time, or you're terrified that you're going to embarrass yourself or whatever, you need to choose to be confident in yourself. Because what if you walk in there and you kill it? Or what if you walk in there and you meet somebody that you're supposed to meet? What if you walk in there and you realize that you are in love with whatever that is, and that opens a whole new opportunity for you, just like I did with boxing? You need to choose to be confident in yourself. You're the one person that you know that you have, and you need to be in your corner. And I think that trying new things and talking yourself into trying new things and just having confidence in yourself and your abilities is so, so, so important. And you're going to build that skill. You're going to build that skill and confidence the more things you try, the more things you fail at, the more things you suck at, the more things you overcome. And the more you get to know yourself, you're only going to become more confident. And I think that that will really improve your overall quality of life. Just having confidence in yourself. And that doesn't mean that you're vain or you're conceited. It just means that you know that you can do it and you have your back. I think that that sounds pretty freaking good, don't you? Training yourself to try something new and be comfortable with any outcome. Whether you are a prodigy or you suck at it. We all suck at stuff. I suck at things. You suck at things. Everyone sucks at things. You can't be good at everything. And you probably won't be good at anything right off the bat either. But you can work on it. And I think that being comfortable with whatever that outcome is and just being open to working on whatever that outcome is of trying a new skill, I think that that's really, really important. We're going to wrap up this episode. I know it's a shorter one, but it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure that I'm just speaking nonsense. I am not in good health currently. I don't even know what I'm saying for the most part, but I know what I'm speaking is the truth. I want you to think now that we're kind of concluding this conversation. What is something that has been on your list to try that you haven't been trying for whatever reason? Maybe you're scared and you don't know it, or maybe there's finances in the way. Maybe you don't want to go by yourself. Maybe you're waiting for your partner to join you. Whatever it is, what are you waiting to try? And why are you waiting? Is the reason that you're waiting actually a good reason to not try today or tomorrow? I want you guys to all try something new this week, whether it's something big or something small, something simple like a new coffee, or simply putting on a different playlist on your way to work, or booking that class that you've been eyeing up for months and you have been stopping yourself and you don't know why. I'm challenging you to that. And I'm going to try something new too. I don't know what yet, but I'll let you know on the Instagram. So make sure that you're following on the Instagram, and we'll keep each other updated on the new things that we're trying. And I think that we all need to make this more of a priority as we move through adulthood, no matter our age, that we can still try new things and we can still learn new things and have fun and discover new sides of ourselves. Because not only is it healthier for us mentally and physically in the long run, but it's also healthy for our soul. You know, we're training our brain, we're training our confidence, we're training our belief in ourselves. And that's only going to help us in the long run. So get out there, try something new this week. And I can't wait to hear what you do. I'm cheering for you. And I think that it's going to be great. No matter what you take out of it, it's going to be great. And you're going to have so much fun. You're going to learn so many new things. And I'm so excited for you. If you are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell. Be notified every time I post. I'm here every Monday. And if you are on Spotify, same thing. Rate the show. Let me know how you're feeling. Drop a comment. All of this stuff just helps us grow. We're just starting out. We're like a secret little club that no one knows about yet, but I really want this information to reach the people who need to hear it. So any form of interaction on Spotify or YouTube helps to get the word out. If you want to join the Building You newsletter, which releases every Thursday, there's a link down below. You can click on it, give me your info, and I'm going to drop into your inbox once a week, every Thursday, just getting into deeper conversations, what we talk about during the week. And if there's any big announcements, the people on the newsletter are going to know first. So stay in the loop. No spam, I promise. Just me talking to you once a week. And there's no spam. I pinky promise. All right, guys, I'm going to go back to being a couch potato. I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day. It's a Monday. Let's get after it. Show yourself some love, some grace this week because you deserve it. And I'll check in with you next Monday on Building You. Bye.